Okay. Hope you don't have dementia or Parkinson. Uh, so we were studying on samudaya satcha before. So anybody wants to say anything on samudaya satcha? Anybody wants to talk on samudaya satcha?
I just read in Thai edition. Teacher, do you think Arahant have cessation of karma? That's right.
Kamma.
Karma.
What do you think?
I think Arahantship is the status of cessation of karma. What do you think?
Anyone? Tititambo?
It's cessation of making karma, not karma vipaka. They don't produce any more karma. They just get the results.
Sanchip?
I think I'm not sure, but Arahant, they have only kiriya without intention to do it. I think
Without volition. No?
Slide on.
There's only kiriya.
Okay. So according to what I understood and what I have read, Arhants will have to do something, but there is no vipaka of that doing.
No
They
vipaka.
have no vipaka. It's called kiriya chitta. Only kiriya, as Tanchip said. Okay? Only kiriya. Hasn't got any results of it. And the reason behind that is they have given up this so-called clinging to any ideas, any views or anything. So like we have, it's called meeting the ends. Suppose we have eaten some food, one type of a food. When we eat again, we always have an expectation that this food will be that taste. So we will have that intention, this craving, the thirst. Okay. And when we don't reach that expectation, that cap, and we always feel, oh, this is not good enough, or it needs this or it needs that, and wish I can have that one, and that sort of a thought. Okay. Whereas arhats, they don't have that cap on. They don't have that expectation. They eat or they consume food only to sustain this body. Sorry. Okay, for this body to work until the life expectancy. Okay, so that's why they do have to go through the karmas, the actions, but the reaction or the result of that action is not there for them. In a basic worldly term, they do have the reaction, but for the continuation, punna bhava, there is no punna bhava, right? So that's why they feel hungry, because the body is still there. So that's why they have to eat. Yeah? And this eating is not because we always want to eat. It's something like, suppose we have eaten Tommy Fu, and we say enough. But if somebody brings another delicious dish, then immediately we want to eat. We immediately, there is a space to eat. Yeah. Suppose you have eaten all the food, and then suddenly somebody brings a delicious sweet that you really like it, and then somehow you make a space for it in your belly. So that is a thirst or craving. Yeah. Whereas for the arhats, they don't have it. They will just eat to sustain the body. But the rest of other actions, and then again, there will be they will do some actions, but that is with the compassion, not with any jealousy or any a thought of um, dosa. Right?
Okay.
Okay, so that's why according to Abhidhamma, it is just the Kiriya Chitta. And this Kiriya Chitta only have with the Arhats. The rest of others is not a Kiriya Chitta.
So only have previous karma.
Yeah,
Yes,
as Nantita Dhamma said, it's just a previous karma working on. It's a Bhavanga Chitta that's saved from the previous karma, continued. There is a Javana Chitta, which is creating new actions, new forms, is not there. It just drops every action whenever he does or she does. All the physical and mental and verbal actions become just action without reactions. Yeah. So we are here on Samudaya Satya. Still, we are Samudaya Satya. Last session, last Friday, we talk about Samudaya. I think we complete, but I want to hear a little bit more from you all. Hmm? No one? Come on, tell me. Samudaya Satya. Antita Dhammo?
Samudaya Chitta.
Yeah.
What more there is to say?
Anything that you understood.
Uh, everything I said last time.
Hmm. Okay, so Samudaya Satya, in order to understand Samudaya Satya, we have to understand that it's a conditionality. Yeah, Samudaya basically means samudaya. Yeah, sam means coming together, and udaya means arising. Yeah? So that means if there is A, there will be B. Yeah? If
Like
there is A, there will be B.
samudra.
So that is the dependent origination. It's talking about dependent origination. And that's why when we look at the Buddha's teachings, Buddha is simply talking about there is a dukkha and there is a cessation of the dukkha. Yeah? And in order to understand the dukkha, Buddha was talking that there is a cause of suffering. Yeah? The cause of a suffering, and this cause doesn't mean that only one cause, although we are linked to only one, that's the thirst or craving. But that craving itself is conditioned too. And this thirst is something that never ending. It's like the simile given, it's like an ocean. Doesn't matter how many rivers comes to join with the ocean. Ocean will never say, oh, I am full, I am enough. I don't need these rivers to come and bring the waters. It will just simply take on and on and on and on. Huh? And that is the thirst. And that's the samudaya. And as a result, we have always craving to something new, something all the time. And that craving, again, most of the time, as earlier I said, we always have this cap on about things, about the expectation. And when we do not attain that expectation, when we do not attain that wish, then we are in suffering. Right? So because of A, there is a B, and that's A is the thirst or the tanha or the samudaya. Okay? That's why this samudaya that gives a rise is something that we need to, in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta and Kiccayana, what it says. Do you remember Kiccayana? What it says in Kiccayana?
On samudaya,
Huh?
we have the duty on samudaya is to get rid of tanha.
So in Kiccayana, pahatabba. Pahatabba means we have to get rid of. Need to abandon.
Anh Chips,
Hello?
say louder.
Hello?
พูดเบา
Seems I
Maybe
didn't copy that one. Yeah, there is a pahatabba in Kiccayana. I mentioned about this Kiccayana and a pahatabba. Okay, pahatabba dhamma. So we have to eliminate. Okay, we have to eliminate this pahatabba. Huh? Here, there's a Kiccayana pahatabbanti. Yeah, so that we have to eliminate it.
ปะหาตับพันเหรอ
Pahatabba. As anti is the ending word. Pahatabbanti. Okay. So we have to eliminate.
ปะหาตับพันติ
So, and then once we have eliminated, it's become pahinanti. So we have eliminated. So all this, the expectation or a cap on or any thoughts of it, so we have to get rid of. Okay? Overcoming. So we were talking last time, we were talking about these dhammas, that how these conditions and how we are conditioning ourselves, and which is the main reason why we suffer. Yeah. we suffer from different various things, and we call it the Dhamma Tanha. We were talking about the Dhamma Tanha.
Teacher, Kichayan is the first.
No,
That's-
Satyayan is the first.
Satyayan, Satyayan, then Kichayan, and then Katayan.
Katayan. Katayan means you have done. Kichayan means you are doing, or you have to do. And the Satyayan is the reality, it's there.
Oh, okay.
It's there, you have to remove, and you have removed. This is three knowledges. Now here, Kama Tanha. So finally we are coming to the Kama Tanha. Then we'll go to other Tanhas. Okay? So the Kama Tanha is essential craving, is a craving for pleasurable sense object, whether belong to one's own person or to other person. So that again comes into the eye, beautiful sight, sound, the smell, and the taste. It's again come to the six senses, and it comes to contact. But here we're talking only five senses. Okay, it's called Kama Guna. Yeah, Kama Guna. And here that's why when we talk about the Kama Tanha, it's basically talking about anything that we are desiring to. The Kama Guna, sensual pleasures. So we like to have a pleasure of seeing good things, nice things, and hearing a nice voice, pleasing words, and again smells and taste and tactile sensations. So this is a craving. But what we need to understand here, that again this Kama Tanha is something that we have already experienced and we have expectation to meet. That's a cap on things that we have met before. Okay? Now here, further on, they see so becoming the Deva, man, woman, and all things as all because the Tanha. Here. Okay, Monit, do you want to read it for me, please?
Wishing to be born as Deva, a man, a woman, longing to enjoy the sensual pleasures as a Deva or as a human being because of ignorance, avijja, or not knowing things as they truly are. One holds the erroneous perception, thought, and view called illusion or perception, sanya, vipalat, illusion of thought, citta vipalasa, and illusion of view, titti vipalasa, by conditioning the impermanent as permanent, suffering as happiness, non-self as self, the hateful as beautiful, thus thinking what is unpresent to be present, liking is developed for it. Liking it and desiring it leads to craving, which drives one to be activities in order to fulfill the craving. Such activities are the kamma or cause and sankhara, volitional activities responsible for the formation of new aggregates of mind and matter in the new existence. Thus, kamatanha, sensual craving, is the truth of the origin of suffering. You type wrong, teacher.
Origin.
Okay. So, a person who meditates and gone wrong, which vipalasa do you think is that? A person who is meditating and then sometimes they say there is a side effect. Mentally, they become even more depression, went into depression or mental problem. Which vipalasa do you think? Which this perception, this distorted or this perversion? Sanya, Tithi,
Ichi upala, upala.
where it went wrong.
Sanya, Chitta, Ichi. Ichi vipala, maybe sankhara vipala, right?
What was the question นะครับอาจารย์
Sometimes people meditate and they have a side effects. They mentally went into depression or went into deep, caught up into their own mindset. So which vipalasa is that?
ทิฏฐิวิปลาสครับ and mental and จิตวิปลาสครับ จิตวิปลาส and ทิฏฐิวิปลาส
Chitta vipala.
Like
How?
from somebody that I have heard the side effect of his meditation, and he got some side effect or some nimitta or some state of mind, and he understood that the mind is permanent, ครับ and he didn't notice that that is suffering. He thought that is happiness. ครับผม This is why I think I heard the example about Titi Vipalasa.
Was it the nimitta? He thought it was.
No. Please answer again.
Did he think his consciousness was permanent?
Yes. He thought that his mind or something. Yeah. He thought that his mind is permanent.
Based on a nimitta?
Hmm. Uh,
คิดเหรอ
is someone got limit, but that kind of thing that I have told is about his he got some feeling or some kind of a state of his mind that like he was concentrating on something in any time, and he thought that, oh, my mind is permanent.
Mm. Okay. Any thought on? Now, Manit, what do you think?
I can't understand your question again, please.
Someone meditating and uh, he or she got the side effect, and he or she has got a long kind of a depression or went into mental ภาษาไทยจิตตลอด
ฮะ
จิตตลอด
เห็น
จิตเตลิด จิตเตลิด
จิตเตลิด จากการเห็นหรือเปล่าเจ้าคะใช่ป่ะที่ท่านบอกอะไรนะ
จากการป
ก็
ฏิบัติ from meditation
ถ้าอันนั้น will be จิตตวิปลาส
อืม
อื
Okay.
มจิตเตลิดเป็นยังไงอ่ะ
ก็เหมือนเป็นบ้า some kind of a crazy person something like that
After meditation some people become crazy
เพราะว่า
so
อ๋ออ๋อ
because he focused too much he focused on something too much and then he got crazy
I think because he or she didn't know about ไตรลักษณ์
Yeah, it could be Ditti Vipallasa.
Mhm.
so
Like if
so he or she will grasp some limit or or some thought that it is true.
this mind.
Yeah.
So maybe he or she was afraid about that side. Some picture in his or her mind.
And that is a negative one. Sometimes people experience good ones, and they think that they already attain enlightenment, or they are very special one. They can travel in space. They can chant and get rid of the COVID-19 and can help you like that.
Amulets.
Ah.
Like it.
Okay. So where this Vipallasa coming from? Which Vipallasa do you think?
Ditti Vipallasa.
I think จิตตวิปลาส
Okay. Okay.
จิตต plus ทิฏฐิวิปลาส
Huh? Okay. You have to
and
explain. You have to explain not just the one single word that this is, it is, that is. No, you have to explain.
teacher you talk about yourself.
Yeah, myself. Yeah, I am mad now, crazy.
do not bully our teacher okay bully
Just kidding.
Okay. Which Vipallasa do you think?
I think he or she has จิตตวิปลาส plus ทิฏฐิวิปลาส
Uh-huh. Why?
um, because she or he think that um, the thought is true,
Mhm.
and his or her opinion is true,
Mhm.
and he or she grasp it and cling on it.
Why not Sanya Vipalla?
No, I don't think.
Why not?
Hmm.
But for me, sometimes I think it can conclude into every Vipalasa.
Yeah. It's,
Maybe
there are no clear boundaries, no?
ใช่ไหมท่านข่าว I agree with you maybe from previous สัญญา that he or she read it before no
Heard it.
when I was young uh, เดี๋ยวจะบอกอะไรนะเชื่อเรื่องบนบานศาลกล่าวอ่ะ
Who?
นะ when I was young I believe บนบานใช้คำว่าอะไรนะว้าวเหรอใช่ไหม
And Saman.
teacher what
Making
is
vows,
huh?
or what is it called? There's another word. Uh,
Take an oath.
no, you
Vow.
go to the devas and you are promising. What is it called?
Bargaining?
But that's another word. You're saying to the gods that okay, if I pass, I will come and give you this and that. What is it called?
What in English?
Yeah. I forgot now. But you can use it a vow at the moment. Use a vow.
Vow. Vow. Take an oath. Pray.
And then what happened? What did you make a vow?
I believe about the vow but when I had meditation more and more I knew that for the vow that I can you remember that I told you about my vow when I exam for entrance to the university that I vow if I can pass to be medical student I will give 50 eggs 50 boiled eggs for ผีบ้านผีเรือนอะเรียกอะไรอะเจ้า
How goes?
Ghost.
House ghost. Even Piran.
but later on I know that I can pass to be medical student by myself by my reading many books.
You made a vow so cheap. Boy eggs.
What if you were possessed by the ghost? That's what made you read.
No.
That's not a real. So that means you're not the real doctor.
Ghost. Ghost is the doctor.
Ghost.
Ghost made me to be doctor.
I never do that. I just when I just pray for something like uh when I went to divinities, and then I didn't make a vow, but I just prayed that uh may I have may I have concentration to do the exam.
That's a vow. That's adipana. That's different. That's different. Alright. So in the meditation, when it defects, it starts from sanya vipalasa. He or she will hold on the view that he or she has experienced as the true, and he will think about it. That thinking holds on to the view that this is right. What I have seen is the right. And that's how it's become a Ditthi Vipalasa. We remembering what we have seen, what we have experienced is the true reality. And so we are constantly thinking of that reality as the truth and holding the view that this is the truth.
Oh, I remember one story. A woman who meditate together with me, she told me that she she heard yeah heard her she heard the sound from Buddha.
Mm.
God tell
Okay.
her.
So that's a sanya, and
Mm.
she's thinking about it.
But I told her that that voice is from her sati or from her wisdom. That voice is not from Buddha. Not the
But there is
thinking.
a moment you can experience, not a Buddha, but it's a realization that how grateful that we are to have this opportunity to learn the Dhamma, so subtle Dhamma. And that's how we get confidence and faith in the Sangha. Although Sangha may not be practicing well, may not be studying Dhamma well, but their existence has continued Dhamma up to now, up to us. And we have a privilege to learn and practice. And that is another state you can attain. That's not about the voice, the hearing, and that's but this is a true practice, and you realize the greatness and how grateful all the teachers are that they have maintained the teachings up to now. And with this, we will see how great the Buddha is, who had realized such a deep Dhamma and ability to transmit or teach us. So that's a realization. It's not about hearing the Buddha, but you simply like kind of a visualizing the Buddha as a great person, not as a being, but a person who has given us this the Dhamma. And that's how when we practice, we gain this faith and confidence becomes the true faith and confidence, where you have fully understood how deep this Dhamma is and how hard this Dhamma is. And yet our teachers and masters have continued from the time of the Buddha till now. Right? And until that state, our faith is still not uh, strong yet. It's a shakable faith. It's called Achala Saddha. And this Saddha becomes uh, the Achala, the Saddha is shakeable, and it will become Achala Saddha, unshakable, the moment when we attain the Sotapanna.
อัจฉริศรัทธา
Hmm.
I remember อัจฉริศรัทธา
That's why in the practice of a meditation, whatever we see, whatever we are experiencing, we always have to know it clearly what's happening. And that's why we have a teachers to speak about it. Sometimes teachers will not say anything, but you are expressing what is going on in your meditation. And when you are expressing to the teachers, that expression will clear the path. I remember when I was attending the 10 days retreat with U Pandita, at that time when I went to give a report of my practice, I always hear uh, good, very good, continue practice. That's all I hear. Very good, continue practice. Very good, continue practice. And there was one moment I had a thought, why I am here to give my report, to listen only good, continue practicing. Huh? And then suddenly that moment I realized, oh, that's my ego, that I am doing good, I am progressing, or I am doing better, and I want to hear from the teacher that I am doing good. I am in progress. So then I realized that how the good the sharing or giving reports of our meditation.
Yes, I do you Pandit. In Burma.
No, in Nepal. Alright. So like that. So that's why in Vipassana retreat centers, we have teachers to go and tell them about our practices. Although they may not say anything, but it's always good to see an ability to understand it. And that's how you will not be in the Vipallasa. But having said that, doesn't mean that those senior monks haven't met those Vipallasa monks or lay people. They have. I think I have told this one that last year when I was in a retreat in Thailand, one of the monks came and told us a story that one monk who studied Pali, the highest grade, and he wanted to go to meditation. So he went to meditation in Burma. And then after meditation, he thought he is the Buddha. And then he said that he became the Buddha. I am a liberated one. You all are not liberated. You are all asekas.
Not even Arahant, but Buddha.
Yeah. Huh? So he was telling to everybody, even to the teacher, saying that, oh, you are not even a Sotapanna. How could you teach me? I am the Buddha. Yeah? So like that. And he wasn't ready
Ego.
to listen. He wasn't ready to listen to the teacher.
So how long did it take for him to get to this state?
Do you experience about it?
Therefore, when he got
Oh,
started.
this is after 4 or 5 months later.
Oh, very quick, no?
And then he disrespect the teacher. He never listened to the teacher. And then eventually he was taken to the hospital. And even to the hospital, even to take the hospital, he wasn't allowing anyone to touch him. And until one lady who was very close to him and devoted him went and paid respect. There, Lord Buddha, I'm here to listen your teachings. Can you come out for giving a lecture? I am so pleased to hear that you have attained. And with that, automatically his state of the mind changed and he came out from the room. And that's how he was caught.
So then took to the hospital.
And then took the hospital.
What treatment did they give him?
Okay. So
Prajan,
that's why.
do you think that is
Calculate.
vipassana upakilate or vipallasa?
It's both vipassana upakilesa and vipallasa too. So that's why when we go to the retreats, we have to offer our body and mind to the teachers so that they are there to help us. And then we have to report all the experiences. What have I been doing? What I'm going through? And that help to get rid of or overcome those state of the mind. So he was like, oh, I am Arahant. You are even not a Sotapanna yet. So how can you teach me? Okay.
I was so lucky that I I was like that only 3 days.
So you think you are an arahant?
No, I at the time I thought that I think I have told you that I thought that I I understood that I was about to attend Sotapanna. And oh, I'm just a novice monk, and no monks here can compare with me. I'm just became a novice monk for 3 months, and I'm about to attend Sotapanna. I thought like this, and at the time, there was something happened to me that I felt like I told someone that, oh, my my mouth is itchy to want to teach people. My mouth is so itchy. Something like that.
Yeah. So that's very excited to teach, excited to share your knowledge. That's happened a lot when your mind is in a calmer state.
And at the time, the one the woman that I told her, she went to tell this thing to Pajan Mauritian, and Pajan Mauritian said that, oh, I chip, I chip, that's Vipassana Pakilera. And then that woman came to tell me this thing, and oh, how can I how can I uh, how can I get a Vipassana Pakilera? That's not. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
But 2 days after, okay, I know that.
Do you think this
Huh?
like the vipassana upakilesa is like something must be conditioned it apart from practice, like from before practice as well.
It is, yeah. It is from what's sanya coming from.
From
Sanya, as you're meditating, you're bringing a sanya, whatever you have experienced or read, and then you are proliferating it as a
Oh.
reality.
And at the time, I was thinking about Sota Patimak. And maybe this is why I thought that I was about to get a Sota Patimaka.
When I was a novice in Bangkok, when I'm meditating, many times I felt like I was talking to the Buddha. The Buddha was talking to me. And
Did
I
you
have
see any nimitta?
sorry, Chip.
Pajan, did you see any nimit?
Yeah, many different limits all the time those days, but not now anymore. Sometimes, occasionally. Yeah. But those days when I was a novice, I was practicing Dhammakaya meditation. You see, and
Oh,
then when after the chanting, we do meditation there, and then I was feeling like, oh, I'm talking to the Buddha, and Buddha is talking to me,
Mm,
and I felt like I have a psychic power.
it's because of the visualization. Yeah.
Okay, like that.
Better stick to Anapanasati.
Eh, so even anapanasati, it
Mm.
happens too.
Yeah, and the
Uh-huh.
Mano Sankara.
So that's why these are again comes from the sanya, that we are listening and we are hearing. It's conditioned by our knowledge.
Even Buddha and Sati, you can start seeing Buddha images and stuff. And like,
Yeah. Okay.
mm. Wow, Sati, mindfulness can cut through this stuff. It's
No,
like,
mindfulness can't cut.
Sampajanya,
Sampajanya.
Sampajanya.
You're mindful that you are having it, and that very
Mm.
moment you're bringing sampajanya to
Mm.
cut.
As soon as you recognize, oh, this is what it is, then
Yes.
Sampajanya
Yeah.
comes along and cuts it.
Yeah. Yeah. So sampajanya is a sword.
Mm.
Mindfulness is just aware that I am
Mm.
having it.
I think I've had these experiences as well,
Mm.
but like just in one session for a wee while, and it's like, oh wait, no,
Mm.
don't be, don't, don't go crazy.
Mm.
Because I've heard so many stories about
Mm.
crazy meditators. So as soon as I start thinking this is like, oh, I'm gonna go crazy, time to stop.
Yeah, that's the reason doing other activities.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
you're forced to
distraction.
do. Yeah, you're forced to do other activities, sweeping,
Mm.
cleaning, and these things, just to get rid of that
Need a
thought.
break.
Uh,
Yeah, because you need some distractions.
uh,
This is what I realized. Like meditating all day. It's like,
mm,
okay, this is all distractions, and they do stop you from sort of like, I don't know, they are distractions that well, they're distractions, but you need some in order not to go crazy.
yeah. And meanwhile, when you are doing things, you're mindful of your actions.
And even
Uh,
walking meditation, no,
uh,
it's like it's so helpful. Like
uh,
I like walking now. I walk a lot.
uh, okay.
mm.
Okay, Monit, are you crazy now?
No, but I'm
Supposed to
lazy.
be.
Uh,
You know, it would be, you know, kind of okay to go crazy. You won't care. Everyone else think you're crazy, but you think you're not crazy. Just live your life.
so that is a ditthi vipalasa. You will not care whatever people say.
Yeah,
I am.
living,
I'm
living
lazy.
your own perfect world, you know.
This is normally people say, this is me. This is what I think. This is my understanding. So that is a
Mm,
ditthi vipalasa.
mm,
And I am right. You are
Yeah,
wrong.
you're not
that is a ditthi vipalasa. You're holding that view that what you think is the right. Okay? Uh,
right. Teacher, I think now I have more and more Titi Vipalat because I feel I'm very afraid. I'm very afraid about COVID-19. You know,
that's not a ditthi vipalasa. That is a chitta vipalasa. You're thinking too much over it.
uh,
Hypochondriac.
you know. Now I'm very afraid about uh, every every patient that I exam under sonography.
So
Um,
you can have
mm,
holidays and stop working and then came here. I am in a countryside, so
now I want to
that's so
quit.
sad.
I want to quit my job, but uh, if I quit,
Oh, you
I
have stopped. You have
As long
stopped
as
and
as long as there is a word called but, you are not ready yet.
we. UT, but oh, but
You are not ready yet to do anything. The
Only
moment
you have many income.
No. Because I'm a doctor, you know.
that's why because of the but, you created the doctor. Because of the but, I am this, I am that. Because of the but, I have to do this, I have to do that. Because of but, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. And where this all coming from? It's coming from self. I am. So, but as long as there is this but, nothing is possible. There,
จะบอกให้ฝากทิ้งคนไข้อ่ะ because
There's
now
only you as a doctor.
Some patient beg me for continue working.
Do you remember story of Ratapala? We studied.
อ๋อรัฐปาละจำได้แต่ชื่อเรื่องอะไรนะท่านจี๊บท่านรัฐปาละ
ก็
รัฐปาป่วยหนักใช่ไหมรัฐปาละ was sick
No.
ไม่ใช่
รัฐ
ที่
ปา
หนี
ละ was sick
Hunger
ท่านคิด
strike.
แบบ
He went on hunger strike to be a monk because his parents wouldn't let him. So I'd rather die than I would rather die than be a householder. So they had to let him go.
ที่อดข้าวอดข้าวเพื่อที่จะออกบวชอ่ะ
And then when king asked him, you're still young, you have so much wealth, why you become a monk?
นึกออกแล้วโอเค I can remember his story.
Okay. So that's why
cannot be
whenever
finished.
there is a but, then we cannot do. That's trying to satisfy our desire to not to do.
Excuses.
But if somebody is going to do, there is no but. They will put whatever the cost will be. No but.
I think you should watch the movie, the old movie. The name is Yes Man.
Yes
Okay.
Who's the actor?
Begin with C. James. No. I forgot.
You mean Thai movie?
No, American movie. Yes Man. Normally he always says no, and he finds the excuses. But after that, he thought that he had to change his mindset. So he promised with myself that he would say yes, whatever happened to him, without any excuses.
Oh, Tanjip, now I always say yes for many conditions in my life.
Will you come to him, John, and shave your hair?
Okay.
Say. Say.
Will you quit your job and be a nun?
You can say yes, but not now.
That is UT.
Okay.
I said not yet. No beauty. I must take care of my mom.
You can bring your mom here, and I will go for arms, and yeah, I will give you your.
Oh, my mom want many conditions, such as air condition, bed, comfortable bed,
Mm.
and food, healthy food.
If you wait till you're very old to ordain, then you'll have all these demands as well. So no chance.
Not yet.
Mhm.
Young, maybe
Okay. I'm not
be in the
pressing.
Yeah, joking.
It is just a joke. It's just for the laugh. So here again, what we have to remember that these vipalasa came because we have some form of expectation. We have put a cap on that this should be in that level, and that's the tanha. That's a craving, and we think that we have arrived or we have achieved to that cap, that expectation, and that's how we become in that way. And everything that we consume, everything that we come across, or whatever we do, we always have that cap on that it should be in that stint. And then if it is arriving in that, then we will have satisfaction. If we don't, then we have a dissatisfaction. So that's why dissatisfaction and dissatisfaction itself is a suffering, building a suffering. And the vidya is knowledge, and that basically means knowing things as they truly are. Is basically these are four things. Knowing that things are impermanent. Doesn't matter what we know, what we experience are simply impermanent. And this is a suffering, a non-self. The moment when we understood that, then we able to overcome. It's called tanha kayo. Tanha kayo. All the tanha been destroyed. At that moment, pahi nanti me bhikkhave, fully eliminated.
Entire body.
way.
Right? So we have overcome it completely. And that tanha kayo ends. What happens now? When A is there, B arises. And now A is ceased, ceased to exist. Tanha kayo. Yeah? The tanha, tanha kayo.
ขยโยเจ้าค่ะ
No, tanha kayo.
ยอยักษ์ปัญหาขยโย อ๋อ
Yeah. Tanha kayo.
What's the meaning of ขยโย
Kayo means destruction, elimination. Kaya vaya dhamma sankhara. Kaya vaya dhamma sankhara.
ขยโยวยธรรมสังขาร
All the sankhara dhammas has been fully eliminated. Kaya means destroy. All the tanha been destroyed, eliminated.
ขยโยขยะใช่ไหม
So that is the moment You're able to, so that's here, see, and here activities are the karma. Such activities are karma and sankharas, responsible to arise this mind and a body, new aggregate. So tanha khayo, basically all the sankharas gone because there is no action. There is no action anymore. There is no expectation. There is no cap on. There is no disappointment and the satisfaction.
Teacher,
Yeah.
so Arahant don't have sankhara ใช่ไหม
They don't have a volitional sankhara. They do have a sankhara, but they don't have a volitional sankhara.
อ๋อโอเค
They crave something to eat because of the hungry. Not because after they have eaten and a sweet comes and, oh, I like this sweet, and they grab and eat it.
you talk about me เหรอฮะ
Yeah.
Negative thinking.
Yeah. So like that. So every karma becomes just the action without a reaction. Just for the sustain of their physical body. And all the sankharas, conditions are quietened. Tanha kayo. So that basically kaya vaya dhamma sankhara. So A has been destroyed. Sometimes people say that, oh, in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutra, Buddha didn't talk about the Paticca Samuppada. Actually, it's Paticca Samuppada already in the Four Noble Truths. Right? Suffering is there because of craving. Because of craving, there is a suffering. Right? And then further, the Nirodha Vara in Paticca Samuppada, when A is not there, B won't be there. Yeah. So when Nirodha Satcha is there, so the Dukkha won't be there.
Most suttas have Paticca written into it.
teacher correct this origin
No, that was conditioned to be.
yeah origin must be origin
Okay, how to write origin? How to write origin?
origin
Okay, which one is the right word?
origin
No, what is the correct?
origin
Is it right?
yes
Are you sure?
sure
Okay.
Why is it capital?
Tita Dhammo say, why this is a capital here? Capital O.
oh small
Okay. Okay, now?
Why is T capital?
Yes. What is capital? On the truth.
truth is wrong too truth
Okay. Why
small
this is wrong? Why this is wrong?
it's not the subject
Are you sure it's not the subject?
it's not the first word the first word is
Okay.
that
Are you happy now?
okay, I'm happy
See, there is a cap on. We have a perception of that. This should be in this way and in that way. when it not does it when it doesn't come to that level, we disappoint, we are unhappy. So that is the suffering. Yeah? The kama tanha is always there is something that we already know, and we want to be in that way, experience in that state. Uh, and that's once we understood the first kama tanha, then bhava tanha and vibhava tanha simply comes in there. Uh, when it doesn't meet the level of this, we want to be, or we don't want to have.
Okay, I know I have this. Kamatanha for correct the word.
Huh?
Okay.
You don't have tanha, you just want it to be correct because that's how you write. You can't really mess with the rules of language. Makes no sense.
I know I'm mad.
Okay.
พระอาจารย์ครับ
Okay.
พระอาจารย์ have you ever seen the Paticca Samuppada in your mind พระอาจารย์
Yes, yeah. Before we were studying, I was studying in university, and bachelor's and masters, and I used to recite, and we used to analyze Kapatita Samappada, but I never make sense of it at that time. And when I went to meditate in Chula Asom in Nakhon Si Thammarat, Kolat. That time there was a chart in the tea room, yeah? In the tea room, big chart on the Paticca and every time during the tea time, I will just sat down and I reflect my experience with the Paticca. Yeah? And then that's how I come across and understood the Paticca. And then later on, when I was in the Goenka Center practicing, and it comes so easily how this all the Paticca works. And here, I'm not saying by from this avidya, but I'm saying from the Vedana. Right? So everything just unveiled from the Vedana, and that you know, why this is avidya, why this is sankhara, why that continued, and how I got the upadana, how I am creating furthermore, like that. So these all just kind of unveiled in my practice. So that's why nowadays I don't have to memorize it. It will just come when I'm saying about the Paticca. But I'm
Teacher,
not saying that I understood detail about it, but in a superficially, I have seen it. Yeah.
teacher, you experience in originate line or cessation line.
In my practice, that I understood not by saying that this is a samudaya vara or nirodha vara. I was able to understand through the Vedana,
Okay.
beginning from Vedana rather than avidya.
ท่านจิ๊บ
Hmm?
you ท่านจิ๊บ
What?
ท่านจิ๊บ you remember about พระอาจารย์มหาวิเชียร he he knew about วิญญาณ the root of วิญญาณ oh same like พระอาจารย์สุชนเนาะ
I don't know, but I have heard from the new monk 3 years ago. He said that Pajan Havishian said to him that he understands Paticca no, he have moderate understanding of Paticca. He said like that, but I don't know. He started to understand on which one. I don't know.
Mm.
He said when he taught the new monk, I
Oh,
think in yesterday.
I didn't have time to watch it.
Mm.
At the time, I was with a monkey.
He knew the root of Vinyan, and พระอาจารย์สุชน knew the root about เวทนา
Mm.
Mm.
Okay. I experience about ปฏิจจสมุปบาท too. Mm.
On which one?
I saw it in the chain of form. First is originate line, and after that maybe 2 or 3 months I experience about cessation line of ปฏิจจสมุปบาท
Mm.
Mm.
But we have to always think Venerable Ananda said to the Buddha about the Paticca.
Yes. We have to be very mindful and to beware ourselves
Mm.
that we just saw it but have not understood it yet.
Teacher, it's not my show off.
I'm not saying you're showing off. I'm just reminding that we have to
อย่าร้อน
remember.
ตัว อย่าร้อนตัว
You want to say,
ร้อน
you
ตัว
want
ภาษา
to
อังกฤษอะไรครับอาจารย์
ร้อนตัว
Need more data.
เออไม่รู้เหมือนกัน
ร้อนตัว
say that it's my experience, only experience.
Suppose someone says something and you realize that that's you've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
What is the word is for that?
There's no
And-
word. But yeah, that feeling. It's like somebody is telling you what you was thinking.
Ah. Okay. All right. So I think we will stop here, and day after tomorrow we will finish the samudaya satya with bhavatanha and vibhavatanha. Okay. So you can prepare something to say on as well on bhavatanha and vibhavatanha. But if you have read what the Buddha taught, possibly you have gained some understanding of it.
No.
Okay.
Only ภาวะตัณหา and วิภวะตัณหา
Yeah, two bhavatanha and vibhavatanha. Then that means we finished the samudaya satya.
prepare some story.
Yeah, some stories on that.
Okay.
Samudaya satya.
Many story.
Okay.
now the storm is coming.
Looks like it's a storm behind you.
Yes.
Is it
And-
nice and cool?
Storm.
Wow.
It's going to rain.
It is really cool.
My house no wind.
Okay, see you on day after tomorrow.